she whispered softly. I'll return once my dinner meeting wraps up. Her voice carried a light, almost breezy tone as she planted a tender kiss on our son's forehead and pulled me into a brief, warm hug before stepping out. It was a hectic Friday evening, the city thrumming with its relentless energy. Her words didn't strike me as significant then. Her public relations career often demanded late nights, woven with client dinners and constant networking. Our 6-year-old Ethan clung to her a bit more tightly, his small hands gripping her coat. With a gentle smile, she assured him she'd share a bedtime story when she got back, then glided out the door. I watched her go, the faint tap of her heels echoing down the hallway, unaware that her promise would haunt me in the days ahead. Ethan and I filled the evening with our usual rhythm. Pizza, a vibrant animated film, his giggles bouncing around the apartment. But as the clock ticked past 9, a subtle unease began to coil in my chest. Her phone rang without response, no quick message to explain a delay. I tucked Ethan into bed, his drowsy eyes searching for her. "Where's Mommy?" he murmured, his voice small. I brushed it off, saying she was likely stuck in traffic, hiding the worry creeping into my heart. As midnight passed, her phone went straight to voicemail, and the apartment grew colder, emptier. By morning, Ethan was quiet, clutching his stuffed lion as he picked at his cereal. I tried her number again, checked her social media, even contacted her colleagues. Nothing. Her workplace confirmed she'd missed a scheduled meeting. Panic surged raw and sharp. I called the police, who jotted down her details but brushed it off, saying adults often disappear briefly. Their nonchalance infuriated me, but I held Ethan close, swearing we'd find her, his trusting eyes heavy with hope. That afternoon, Ethan came to me, holding the toy recorder she'd gifted him for his birthday. "Mommy left a message," he said, his voice soft but certain. My heart stopped. He pressed play, and her voice crackled through. Not the familiar warmth but a hurried, strained tone, recorded in what seemed like a hotel room, with a TV droning softly and muffled voices in the background. "If you're hearing this, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to leave like this. Look in the pocket of my navy coat for a key." The message cut off abruptly, and Ethan's wide eyes locked onto mine. The world seemed to shift. I rifled through her closet, hands shaking, until I found the navy coat. Tucked inside was a small key, etched with the number 304. No note, no further hint. My mind spun. A hotel safe, a storage locker? I couldn't stay still. Leaving Ethan with a neighbor, I drove to an upscale downtown hotel she'd once mentioned for a work event. The front desk confirmed room 304 had been booked in her name, but she'd checked out days ago. They allowed me to see the room. Clean, spotless, with only the faintest trace of her perfume lingering. Back home, Ethan waited, still clutching the recorder. He played the message again, and this time, I caught a faint male voice in the background, low and urgent. "We're running out of time." A shiver ran through me. Who was with her? Why had she hidden this? That night, I scoured her laptop, her emails, anything for answers. A cryptic email from an unfamiliar sender mentioned a meeting at a warehouse on the city's edge. It was a thin lead, but it was all I had. Kissing Ethan's sleeping forehead, I left, the key heavy in my pocket. The warehouse stood dark and quiet, its silence swallowing sound. My flashlight's beam sliced through the shadows until I found a locked metal box in a back room. The key fit perfectly. Inside was a USB drive and a note in her handwriting. "I'm sorry. I did this to protect you both." The drive held files, documents, photos, names linked to a corporate conspiracy she'd uncovered. She'd been caught in something dangerous, hidden from us to keep us safe. My heart pounded as I realized she hadn't left us. She'd been pulled into something far larger than herself. I turned the evidence over to the police, but their somber faces offered little reassurance. Weeks passed without news, only Ethan's quiet hope keeping me grounded. He'd play her recording each night, her voice filling his room, and I'd hold him, promising she'd come back. The key, the files, the truth. They exposed a perilous world she'd shielded us from, one that might keep her away forever. Sitting by Ethan's bed, watching him sleep, her words echoed in my mind. "I'll return once my dinner meeting wraps up." I held on to her promise, but the silence was deafening.